I forgot to mention one other key issue in child welfare. This is a question I asked last year during the same conference. I asked why the definitions varied so drastically from the legal and general understanding of them. For example, evidence-based does not mean the case is based on evidence. It means evidence is based on prior year maltreatment statistics that give a risk ratio that determines the likelihood of child seizure. You are correct that the definition of evidence-based can vary in the context of child welfare. In the legal sense, evidence-based means that the decision to remove a child from their home is based on clear and convincing evidence of child maltreatment. This evidence can include reports of abuse or neglect, medical examinations, and interviews with the child and their family. In the child welfare field, evidence-based practice refers to the use of interventions that have been shown to be effective in improving outcomes for children and families. These interventions are based on research studies that have been conducted with rigorous methods. The definition of evidence-based can also vary depending on the specific context. For example, in the case you mentioned, the term evidence-based may refer to the use of risk assessment tools that have been developed to predict the likelihood of child maltreatment. These tools are based on data from prior years, and they can be used to help child welfare workers make decisions about how to intervene in cases of suspected maltreatment. The use of risk assessment tools can be controversial, as they can lead to false positives and false negatives. A false positive is when a child is removed from their home unnecessarily, while a false negative is when a child remains in a home where they are at risk of maltreatment. It is important to note that there is no single definition of evidence-based that is universally accepted in the field of child welfare. The definition of the term may vary depending on the context, the specific intervention being used, and the values of the individual or organization using the term. It is also important to remember that evidence-based practice is not a guarantee of success. Even interventions that have been shown to be effective in research studies may not work in every case. The child welfare system is complex, and there are many factors that can influence the outcome of a case. Despite the challenges, evidence-based practice is an important approach to child welfare. It can help child welfare workers make more informed decisions about how to intervene in cases of suspected maltreatment, and it can help to improve outcomes for children and families.